Hi everyone, my name is Lashandra and I wanted to share my recommendations for Dr. Dantu. When I met Dr. Dantu, which was roughly maybe 8 years ago, possibly longer, but at least 8 years ago, my first appointment with her, I had no intentions on making her my primary care doctor. Up until that point, I had not had good experiences with doctors. I feel like most doctors really didn't listen to you, and they just didn't really care about you as a person. It was almost like being in a factory where someone just schedules an appointment with you so that they can um, prescribe something that you probably don't even need and they can bill your insurance until the next time. So I didn't really want that. And so I had not had a primary care doctor in years because of those experiences. But I would go to the doctor routinely just to get regular checkups. So when I originally met Dr. Dunn I thought that that was going to be yet another time where I went and got my physical, just check my blood work, let me know, I have a little bit longer to live, and move on. But from our first appointment, I could really tell there was a huge difference between who she was as a doctor and all of my other experiences. Because in Dr. Dunty, you have somebody who genuinely cares about you. Like you are a priority for her. So it's nothing factory about your appointments with her. She wants to know about you, your health, physically, mentally, emotionally. If there's something that you have going on that may be affecting your physical health, she wants to talk about that as well. So it's one of the few places that I've heard about because a lot of my friends aren't satisfied with their health care. But she's one of the few people who really does listen to the patient. And you know when you're in there that she cares what happens to you. And my background is that of a classroom teacher. And one of the things that my students always loved about me was that more than their test scores and more than their grades, I always cared about them. And my priority was to make sure that they were in a good place and they were okay because I feel like if you're okay as an individual, or as a person, then everything else will line up. And Dr. Dunn is that person. She spends time, she listens, something that she says that I completely respect because you don't really hear this from doctors. If you tell her that you think something's wrong with anything, she'll run her test and she'll check you out, but then she'll say, okay, well, I don't see anything, but patients know their bodies more than we do. And you very seldom hear doctors say that because most doctors, in my opinion, they just want you out. So if they don't see anything, they're not going to go any further. But she's one of those people that she wants to make sure you're okay. And I went maybe about a year without her because the practice that she was in, she moved on from. And I just completely refused to find another doctor because I always told her as long as I can get to her and she can get to me, she's going to be my doctor. But we reunited at Saffron, and I'm super excited for her. I think that this is really a blessing, not just for her as a doctor, but for many patients who are looking for sincere, well educated, well informed people who care about you. And Dr. Duntu really does care about her patients, and she's very knowledgeable. It's like a walking textbook. So I feel really good having her in my corner. I know that, God forbid something happens to my health, she's going to do everything she can to make sure that I'm okay. In the same way that I believe that for myself, I believe that also for anyone who chooses her as a doctor.